I think that the TCO discussion around RPA is one that has been lingering for a long time. But I would put it like this: when you find a good RPA system, one that works really well, one that has stress tested and proves watertight, it'll pay for itself very quickly in terms of being able to route customer interactions, in terms of being able to solve some interactions up front. And effectively what that means is that you're reducing the need for the human element. And what we know is, and I'm sure Mark can back this up, that roughly speaking, the human element in a contact center accounts for 70 to 75% of cost, depending on the location that you might be in. Now, when you factor the opportunity of taking the human element out of the contact center and being able to replace some of that with an RPA solution that certainly might have an upfront capital cost, but will be significantly lower over the long term, I really believe that that's a very compelling economic argument for deploying the solution. But the key here is to make sure that it's going to be an efficient solution, one that's going to work well, one that will obviously need tweaking and updating, but one that you can count on to get the job done. That will be a very cost-effective play over the long term.
Yeah, I would just say that, and it probably goes to Sergey, that about half of the TCO is actually probably your development and deployment of the system itself. You know, you have ongoing licensing and maintenance costs afterwards, but you know, the biggest chunk is to create it in the first place. So I guess working with your the company that's implementing the system for you and helping you to find the best vendor, you know, this kind of investment upfront in finding a great partner, well, like IBA Group, for example, you know, but this really does impact massively on the total cost of an RPA project.
You should not think about having the total cost of ownership lower. You should think about making business benefits minus total cost of ownership bigger. So always try to focus on that, not on just minimizing total cost of ownership.
I agree with what you already said. I can just add that the total cost of ownership consists of multiple elements or factors. It's license fees, then development costs, then center of excellence, then operating costs, including OCR, optical character recognition, and maintenance of the platform. And also I can add business process maintenance. So, and if you're looking to reduce or make it lower, then you need to analyze each of those elements, each of those factors, and see what can be done there. So it's like a holistic approach. For instance, license fees, you can compare what different vendors provide, or even go for platform with zero license fees. Or operating costs, some OCR tools, they have pay-per-use model, means the more documents you scan or recognize, the more you pay. But there are also open source engines. So it's really like a holistic approach.